Nobody cares. No one's gonna shut down the live stream. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I've got Warwolf with me. We are talking about mags right now and DMRs, all kinds of weird, good stuff. Check out this chest rig. You know, Defro, his podcast, he's just inspired me to wear plate carriers when live streaming. I love his look. Big shout out to you. Great podcast. Yeah, go check him out.
Absolutely,
Warwolf, go
absolutely.
check Warwolf out. Go sub to his channel. He definitely, like, awesome dude. Love your content. Love playing with you, bro. So, I know. You're a speedy boy. You are an old speedy boy. I don't know how you keep up. What's your
Yeah,
secret? What is your secret to keeping up with Sean and myself?
a hell of a lot of energy drinks and tons of coffee before I get there to ambush.
Right. What's your favorite energy drink?
Me, I'm Monster. I'm old school. Just a
Okay.
plain old green Monster. Although I'm starting to wean myself off of that stuff.
Fair enough.
It's
I
no good for you. I don't. I
yeah.
do. I definitely don't suggest to anybody to drink a bunch of Monsters. Drink water. Drink water before you play, not Monsters, because I've made that mistake.
If I could go back and change everything, I would not have drank Red Bull and Monster as much as I do. I actually do. I've got heart complications now. I've been to the ER twice last year. They thought I was having a heart attack, and I just have a really weird heart murmur. And it's probably from doing stupid stuff like that. So if there's any takeaway, it would be stay away from that crap. I totally agree. Coffee's good. Nothing wrong with coffee,
Yeah, absolutely.
but probably not on Bam's Bam Bam Airsoft's level. Mr. 12 cups of coffee in the morning.
Yeah, that man can drink some coffee.
He can drink some coffee. Anyways, everyone, we are talking about mags. I got one fly down here in the basement. He's going to get shot. So we're talking about mags. Does anyone with an M4 have an issue when you're loading mags in where it just doesn't 100% click in place? I know Warwolf and I were having that conversation. He didn't find that with, what was that, your KWA?
Yeah, the KWA. It's the only. Ironically enough, KWA only accepts KWA mags. But I've never had a problem with their magazines at all, as long as you kept it KWA. If I tried to put anything else in the KWA, that's when I start having that problem.
Gotcha. Very, very interesting. Yeah, man. I got these here, these mags. I wanted to talk a little bit about that too. Valken mags on Amazon are stupid cheap. I snagged a whole bunch of these mags on the cheap, and they actually work. They actually feed. They fit the M4s, no problem. Don't have any problems there. So really, really like those for the money. I'll probably pick up another 5-pack. Mid caps for like 30 some bucks. Can't really beat it.
That's a great price. That's really a great price for 5 magazines. That's good.
Mm-hmm. But they are plastic, so it's like it's that trade off. So I know who else makes affordable plastic mags. Elite Force. They also make some
Yes,
affordable
and
mags.
I think Elite Force has some pretty good deals too on their magazines. Like you can get 10 for I forget what it is,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a fairly cheap price for like 10 magazines.
Their mid caps are nice too. I like their steel mid caps. If you can get your handle on the steel mid caps, they just the look, the fit, the finish. I really enjoy them. That's actually a mag that I don't really have too many issues with fitting in the gun, but it's also for their guns. So
Yeah.
yeah, huge shout out to Elite Force. So DMRs. I got my beanie hat on in honor of you and your DMR, man. So you just built probably one of the most epic DMRs. I was honestly expecting it to be just like meh, wasn't really impressed. But when I saw it, I was super impressed. So why a DMR first? Let's just start there. Why a DMR?
Well, I know there's a stigma with people that usually try to take on a sniper role or a DMR role where they're kind of like running on their own,
Mm-hmm.
especially in gameplay and stuff like that. And I get it for footage and whatnot. It just makes for good footage and whatnot. But I'm doing it more or less for a support role.
Yeah.
And this DMR that I built, which anybody that wants to see it, they can see the specs on it. It's in the video I dropped last night. Don't mind the quality, guys. I'm not up to computerized level just yet. I'm working there. I'm
I'm
getting
just
there.
some guy in my basement. I don't even know what you're talking about.
But that was actually custom built for ambush. For playing a support.
Interesting.
Yes, for playing because it's a much larger park where a lot of fields they definitely they break down their fields to 4 or 5 different zones, and they only play those zones at a time. Where ambush, a lot of times, they will let us play the entire field. So
40
that
plus
opens up,
acres.
yeah, that opens a whole new world of possibilities for a DMR role as far as being support. Like, when I play with you and your brother, Bam Bam, stuff like that. Now I can play a support role in a DMR role. I can stay back. I can scout ahead for you guys. I can see, with my magnified optics, I can see a couple of trailers back. I can tell you there's a guy in the window, or I can, from the beginning of the game where a lot of people have to rush up, I only have to rush up a little bit, and I can immediately start putting fire on target from where I'm at, and then maybe help you guys get into a trailer a little bit easier, or like I said, basically a support role. And let's face facts, Werewolf ain't getting any younger, so I love running around with you guys. But every time I go to ambush, that 16-hour car ride I take back, I'm doing it in pain. I'm like, my knees, my back. Oh my God, why are they so fast?
Dude, I still cannot believe you made. I couldn't believe the first time you made the trip up here. Like you shocked me. Dude's like, oh, I'll be there, on the Veterans Day game, and Sean and I were. It was raining. We were posted up in our trailer and walked. No, you found me out on the field. You saw my patch, and that's how you
Yeah,
recognized me. And I was like, oh shoot,
yeah,
this guy actually drove the whole way from Florida. That is absolutely
yep, exactly. And I
awesome.
think, and I gave it a scorpion.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
That's still one of my favorites. It's gorgeous.
yeah. No, but I'm so happy that I went up there to meet you guys. Not only to meet you, meet your brother. Also meet Bam. All great guys. I love running with you guys. But your field, ambush, I cannot say enough good things about it. It's literally, I consider your field, my home field, which is hysterical because it's like 17 hours away from me.
Right, dude. I love that. I love hearing that from you though, because it's like I haven't played at as many fields as you have. You have definitely up and down the East Coast. You've hit a lot of fields, so that coming from you does mean a lot. Like ambush is a nice field. I can say that, but I don't have the. I'm not as seasoned as you are when it comes to the different fields. So there's someone with a lot of experience right there
Yeah,
saying that.
I've played a lot of fields, and ambush is top tier for me. Top
Mhm.
tier. Like I said, I call it my home field.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm really stoked. I can't wait to get you back out there. And the night games have been absolutely amazing. Like day games are fun. You played a lot of day games with us, but the ambush at night, and I wish Sean was in this call too, because we get out there and we're kind of expecting it just to be like the city, have some lights up in the city and stuff like that. It's just going to be something kind of like small. We had like 200, almost 300 players playing at night, and all of a sudden it's like, dude, the entire property's open. Like it is pitch black. There's generators with lights set up all throughout the woods in different areas, and it's just like have at it. 40 plus acres in the dark, woods, city, castle, you name it. Like it took the experience of like ambush here just up to here. So I cannot wait for you to come play a night game, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to be up there for that next night game. I got to see a little bit of that gameplay footage from you guys playing that night, and I am stoked to play there at nighttime.
Super cool. I love it. The thermals, talking thermals and DMRs and all that kind of stuff. I that is something that in the not so distant future I'm working on getting thermal, and I don't know if I'm going to do a DMR build. I'm not a big DMR fan. I may just do like a sniper build, like a short sniper build with a thermal scope on it.
Well,
for night ops.
honestly, and that's the one thing I am happy about the DMR I built is that I do have the quick change spring system in that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm running right now at 497, which is incredibly high. That's pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
But I can swap out my spring and bring myself within that 415 range, and basically have like one of the longest hitting rifleman guns on the field. So you could always do that too. Yeah, I definitely would never. Me personally, sniper, it's not my deal. Bolt action, all that stuff like that. It's not my, even a short one. It's just not my deal. I like having ammo capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like I said, the fact that I can bring that down to when we get there at that night game, we decide, hey, no, dude, do you need to run with us? That's no big deal. I can knock off my suppressor on the front, change out my spring, and I'm ready to go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, what base platform did you start with for your rifle? Like, where did it start? And then what were the next steps that you took to start like designating that? All right, this is going to be a DMR, and these are the parts I want to put in it. Like, walk us through
Yeah,
that.
not a problem. Okay, so it did start off life as a KWA Ronin T10
Hmm.
electric blowback. So that's what it started life off as is. And listen, it was fun. I had a good time with it. That electric feedback, the blowback on it, it's great. It feels nice and everything like that. But the only problem with it is that electric blowback system slows the gun down dramatically.
Hmm.
So when you're firing it, although you get that cool little feel of the kicking back on you, it feels almost like you're firing a submachine gun at like that rate of fire. It's almost like a chug, 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 chug,
Yeah.
almost like a grease gun. It feels like you're firing, you know? So, and it was great and I was fine and all that. Well, I had been toying with the idea of building a DMR, but in all actuality, I was thinking about doing it further on down the line. I got so many other guns going on that, the ARP, the 3.0, the new HK, the MP5. I got so many things on my plate that I want to put money into and build up. But I came across a video. I can't remember the gentleman's name right now. It's a British gentleman from over in the UK, and he does a lot of building and whatnot. And he showed the video that if you remove the electric blowback out of the Ronin T10,
Hmm.
you instantly gain 60 FPS
That's a big jump.
without doing anything else to the gun. So, with that in mind, and me owning one, I was like, you know what? Maybe it's time to go ahead and build a DMR. So, I went into my local shop because I've never built a DMR. I've built other guns before. I've never built a DMR or a sniper. So, I wanted to go with somebody who really knows how to build these things. And there's a airsoft replica shop by me called Stampede. It's out here in Pasco, Florida. Their technician, who's been doing this for 7 or 8 years, his bread and butter is DMRs.
Hmm.
He builds his own DMRs. So I took it into him. He looked at it. He said, "Yeah, absolutely, we could do it." We sat there, put a parts list together, and all this. So, with that being said, he actually CNC'd a custom piece to take up the space in the back where the the weight was and the two
Yeah.
springs for the electric blowback. He CNC'd a piece of aluminum that sits in there now. So now it pushed the spring that goes to the cylinder all the way forward to the gun, all the way back to the gearbox, and it extends all the way to where my buttstock would stop.
Hmm.
So there's no more movement, so you have no more of that blowback. Then the absurdly long parts list that went into that gun because literally nothing inside that gun except for the original 18 to 1 gears. That's the only thing that's still in that gearbox that, everything else was
Hmm.
picked out. CNC cylinder, hardened cylinder, piston head, double O rings, 14 tooth, last half last tooth. He did a custom job on that, taking down that last tooth for me a little bit, at least halfway, just to get it to engage a little bit better.
Hmm.
Um, CNC speed trigger, adjustable speed trigger, the Titan 2 Bluetooth system in there. That's the MOSFET
Nice.
I had. Yeah, that I had the original Titan with the Bluetooth and it was great and everything like that. But you had this little plug thing that you had to like stick in the stock between the battery and that in order to make it hook up to your phone. That new Titan V2, it's literally built into the MOSFET that's inside the trigger grouping.
That's how it
So
should be.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So
awesome.
now I just get on my phone and it just sees it. And that the Titan wasn't a must for me, but I wanted to be able to lock this thing out into semi
Hmm.
to make it feel legal.
Yeah.
So and I could have did something with sticking something there to block it off and all that, but I was like, you know what? If I go with the Titan, being I do have a 36K brushless warhead motor in there. If
Hmm.
I want to go to rifleman class, I can swap the spring out, get on my phone. I can set the trigger to binary, full auto, change the rate of fire, and I can have a really nice rifleman class gun if I wanted to do that with it. Which I have
Nice.
a bad feeling when I come there, you guys are going to talk me into no, Ben, you got to kick doors down with us, and I'm going to wind up having to change the spring
Oh yeah,
and give it a hair trigger and run around with you wild men.
absolutely, 100%.
But yeah, that's pretty much. Other than that, I mean, an extended barrel. I went to a 455 3.01 barrel type bore barrel. That's the
Oh
only
wow.
thing that changed in it. Yeah, so I do have a long boy, so that when you're looking at the photos that I got on either Instagram or YouTube or whatever, yeah, my barrel is coming up maybe about 3/4 of an inch short of the end of that suppressor.
Okay.
So it's a long boy now.
So from the end of the suppressor, or where's it
from
at?
the from the end of the end that would actually where the BB's passing out of. The very end of that suppressor,
Okay.
my
Okay.
valve is only a 1/4 inch away from being able to poke out of the suppressor.
Gotcha.
And stats for like I said, it's at 400 and it's 497, and I think joules when I chronoed it here at the house, it was at like 2.6.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty decent, definitely decent for a DMR.
Agreed. It's gonna be fun. Honestly, I think you'll be okay running DMR class at Ambush. That our play style would definitely allow you to run with us in that DMR role, and then obviously pump the brakes, hang back, and let everybody kind of do their thing, keep comms up, and then move and just keep working in that capacity. I mean, like unless it's the night game, that's something that would scare me a little bit, just because your engagement distances, like we played the night game and engagement distances was like this. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we were shooting
Well,
guys at five
that's
feet
that
away.
that's where the thermal comes into play.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I am gonna make sure I already have two that I'm looking at. Which when we're offline, I'll what do you call it? I'll send you some links
Hmm.
and try to pick your brain about it a little bit too, because you know as much about that as I do, if not more, because you've been in the optics world for quite a long time.
I played a good bit in
But
the
I
night
definitely
vision scene.
I
Yeah.
yeah, I want to run a thermal on that if I'm going to run a night game, or
Yeah.
if I'm going to run it as a DMR.
Right.
The other thing I'm doing too, which I know you and your brother will already get a giant kick out of it. So I'm not typically somebody running a DMR. They are running a pistol for a sidearm.
Hmm.
I'm actually running the MP5 strapped to my back
I
as
support this.
as my backup rather than running a pistol.
Yeah.
Only for like, especially if I'm playing with guys like you, because you guys are pushing up on a building. I'm in a DMR. I'm trying to cover, let you guys get up there. Once you guys are almost there, I can immediately swap
Hmm.
from my DMR to the MP5, and now I can do CQB and bring a little bit more punch to the fight rather than a pistol.
Yeah. That's gonna be huge. I mean, honestly, what about like getting an MP5K or something like really small? Because the MP5 you have is it's not tiny. You've got because
Oh
that's the
no,
full stock one.
yeah, no, it's I got it sitting next to me too, which is funny. Um, yeah, with that non-collapsible stock, I'm actually just thinking about swapping out the stock because the MP5, the body on it is the same body that's on every other MP5, so it actually has the indents along the
Hmm.
side, the channels, so
Yep.
you can put a folded stock on it. So I may just go ahead and swap that out
That might be
just
that
so
might
I
be the
can bring it
play.
a little bit tighter because yes, with that thick stock on it, you're for such a small gun, you're like, why am I all the way out over here?
Hmm. Yo, Bam, what's going on?
What's up, Bam?
Bam's in the chat. Uh, um, yeah, Bam, we're just plotting our shenanigans at the night game, the next night game. Hopefully, we can get Warwolf up there. Um, yeah, it's gonna be pretty dope.
Oh
It's gonna
yeah,
be very
absolutely.
dope. It's gonna be awesome. Hopefully, we can get Sean out there. Anyone in the chat from Ambush? Can you put the date of the next night game? I'm not 100% certain when that is.
Yeah,
know.
we have to get Sean there.
Yeah.
And,
Larry in the chat.
the hit squad's not there unless we're all there.
Yeah. Yeah, true that. And Derek, oh my gosh, freaking Derek is like honorable mention. That dude went from 0 to 60 and like I think he spent like $700 or $800 like right away.
Really?
Like, came out and played with us, and then bought the VFC, the SIG, is it the MCX
The MCX?
from VFC, like VFC and SIG made it. They did a collab.
Yeah, the one where the battery goes in the forward grip.
I think so.
Yeah, it's the MCX.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he bought that with the full package from Evike. So it's got like the mags, the batteries, the speed charger. I mean, everything.
Now,
And he's like,
did he get to talk to anybody before he brought the MCX?
no, he just YOLO'd it.
Okay.
Yeah, he just absolutely YOLO'd it.
It's from what I understand, it's a pretty decent rifle.
I know Full Send Rico, he was running one. I don't know if it was the VFC model or not. He's probably not in here. But it went down at the prison game, the Milsim event we were at, and he just had to resort to running pistol the rest of the event, which kind of sucked because it happened midday.
I'm glad because I'm glad that came out of your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
From what I understand, that replica's been plagued with some symptoms.
Yeah,
And I'm hoping that Derek doesn't have any of these problems.
I know. I don't know what, and I'm shocked. I'm shocked that a VFC gearbox is giving people trouble. Like,
Yeah. Now,
I mean,
also, we were hearing about all these problems when it first came out. So maybe by now they fixed it. Whatever the issue is, maybe they've taken care of it. Because I haven't heard about it having problems for a while now. I don't see nobody else putting up newer videos saying, "Oh, it's still got the problem." Blah blah blah.
hang on, the chat, live chat. Give me a sec here, bud. Yeah, Bam says he's pretty sure that VFC will fix it with the next run, and then my chat just went away. I don't know why. Brienne said, I can't keep the chat. The chat's not staying up, guys. I'm sorry. Like stuff just coming up and it's not staying up on the screen. June 17th for the night game.
Okay. Well, I'll already be up in Georgia, so
nice. So you'll be able to just basically bounce right over.
Yeah, it won't be. It'll wind up turning. What normally is for a 17-hour car ride for me, it'll wind up turning it into like 8 or 9 hours or whatever.
Okay.
So that's not so bad. I could come up on Friday night, get a hotel like we discussed, and hit the field in the morning.
Nice. We got to link up and do some filming though. We absolutely have to. I really want to do some breakdown series of shooting and moving, not necessarily on a military type, because anytime you do tactics and they're airsoft tactics, you're gonna get picked apart by the guys who are the keyboard warriors. Are gonna be like, you do it like this, that. You're never gonna run up like that on somebody. It's like, this is for airsoft. This, if you want to win playing airsoft, you want to take it to a competitive level. I want to do some videos on that side of airsoft, not necessarily the side of like we're replicating military tactics, because obviously the way we play, Sean, myself, extremely unorthodox, played competitive paintball for a very long time. So we take a competitive paintball stance mixed with military tactics and make this hybrid pain in the ass. Like, people watch you play and they're just like, that would never work in the real world. Well, I'm like, thank God we're not in the real world.
Yeah, oh yeah, well, exactly. Thank God. Yeah, no, absolutely, I'm with you on that. It's one of those things that when we go to shoot it, we shouldn't overthink it.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it the way we do it.
Right. This is the scenario.
It.
We want to get to point A, we're at point B, and these are the steps we took to make that happen. So I think that's something that we'll end up linking up and doing a video on that, and just kind of shoot and move, work on all of that kind of stuff, kind of the way we view the field. And that's, leave it at that. Just a video about that.
Yeah, yeah.
The field through the eyes of Vinny. Fire and brimstone.
Yeah, exactly. Glizzies and Glocks.
Glizzies and Glocks. Sean is the glizzy master. Let me tell you what, all you can eat glizzies. I really hope we get all you can eat glizzies again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, bam, communicate, shoot, move, communicate. I mean, that's
Yeah. Oh
basically
yeah.
it.
Yeah. He's
And
right on the money right there. I
and
mean,
more and
that's
communicate and communicate and communicate.
yeah.
Like that's 100%. Like,
Yeah. That's me, you, Bam, and your brother right there. It just
mhm.
shoot, move, communicate, and just constantly.
Yeah,
People don't understand how simple it is.
Derek was really good at communicating, and I think it's because he plays a lot of like squad, like when we get together and play like Insurgency, Sandstorm, squad, other games like that where it's tactically like squad based communication
Now, with
type
you
stuff.
saying that, I'm not gonna witness this guy waiting in the field somewhere for a care package or nothing, right? Like he's not gonna.
Well, dude just pops a smoke. He's waiting for a damn care package to drop out of the sky. Derek, if you're
Yeah, he
watching,
gets 30 kills and he's like, I just dropped a nuke. I don't need to play no more.
the scary thing is when the nuke actually goes off and he's like,
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah,
"Thanks,
oh yeah, oh yeah.
thanks,
But that's
thanks,
good. Yeah,
Derek."
yeah. If he's big on communication, that's like half the battle right there.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah,
I know,
yeah,
like I said, between me, you, your brother, Bam, right there. When we get into a structure or getting up to a structure, we're just constantly bop, 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 screaming everything we see at each other.
yep. And actually, something in a previous conversation you and I had, we talked about like everybody knowing their job. And it's like, if you're at this window, you are at this window, you are communicating what you see at this point, and then it then echoes through the rest of the squad. So if you're in one spot, yeah, it's just, it's great. I really enjoy playing with you, man. I really do. You are one of my favorite people to play with. Yeah, super fun.
Yeah. Oh, vice versa. I mean, exactly. Like you said, everybody's got their job. You get the trailer. We, except when we're hooking ankles, we won't tell nobody about that little magical
Let's not.
moment
That's
back
that.
there.
That was super weird. We almost died. Like legit. I don't know what happened, but we almost died.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Um,
Yeah,
dude,
but typically,
cooked.
'cause only one of us could pass an doorway at a time. So it's like when I'm running with you or you're running with me,
No, no,
whoever hits
no.
that
We both passed through a 30-inch door at this. I don't know how
at
it
the
happened.
same
Full
time
full kit. It was
at,
just like we opened a
at a
black
full
hole.
ready, no
Yeah.
less.
Oh yeah. And he didn't clear left. I didn't clear right. It was like we both cleared the exact same direction. It's like I don't know how this happened.
Yeah,
That was funny.
because typically for us, I know when I run with you, your brother, or Bam, typically, if I'm the second person coming in, when I see you go in and cut right, I'm cutting left, or
I don't know. I don't
vice
know what
versa.
happened there.
That day was
Freaking.
just funny because we were just like that, and then we like went to the front, and somehow our ankles got locked, and we both almost hit the deck. It was
Oh,
pretty fun.
I did. I went straight freaking down on the ground. I'm like, what the f just happened? That was absolutely ridiculous, dude. That was funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
That was a funny moment. That
Our
really
feet,
was.
our feet were a little too fast for our brains at that moment.
That's a fact. Yeah, we would have been stuck if Bam would have been there. That's a fact.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Um, back to Derek and the VFC. The nice thing is, Evike does have a decent warranty on their stuff. I know. Remember, I purchased that. Actually, it's the picture for this video. It's the thumbnail for this video. The AK-12, the Arcturus AK-12, the shorter variant. I had a ton of issues with that gun. Like, I mean, a ton of issues is putting it mildly. I've never had a higher. I would consider that a high end gun. Like Arcturus is definitely up here, kind of in my opinion, especially in the AK world. And honestly, the AK-12 from them was like highly renowned. Like people were like, a best gun ever. Like you got to buy one. So I was like, bet I'm buying one of those. Bought it and double feeding. I bought multiple mags, factory mags, everything. And I ran tested everything that I had, and it was just double feeding. So I did everything it said online to try and do. I contacted Evike. They sent me a return shipping label, sent it back to them, and dude, like, it just everything worked out. Evike did a great job, gave me store credit, and I ended up picking up that RPK from SEMA. So
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you that RPK. Oof, that thing's a beast.
they did a good job with that one. They did a really good job with that gun. It's affordable. It's wood and metal. It feels
That is
great.
real wood furniture on that.
Yeah, it is.
Oh wow.
It's
Oh
all
wow.
real wood. So we're talking it's just over $300. So for around that $300 mark, you're getting an LMG, which I was really impressed with that. That gun also super weird. It's got a functioning, like, the gas tube works, but it also has a gas piston and everything on the bolt. Super weird setup. I was like, oh, where's the battery going in this bad boy? And that was my biggest gripe with the gun, but we don't have to get into that. The battery is just ridiculous. But yes, Derek won't have any problems if he contacts E-Bike. So if something
That's good.
happens,
That's good. Well, hopefully he will just not have any issues with it, and we'll have a good day. Typically one of us always brings backup weapons with us anyway. So even if he did run into an issue, it ain't like he didn't have to go far to find another replica to use that night.
right? I always take two. I'm always running two. He went and he. I was like, hey man, you need to buy some BBs. You should go to a 6mm plastic and buy some BBs. He bought like 4 or 5 bags of
Really?
BBs. Yeah.
What
Yep.
weight did he buy? You know?
I'd have to go back and look at the pictures. I am not 100% certain. So far, I'm liking their BBs. I'm just gonna go out there and I am going to do some comparison tests for accuracy. That's going to be really hard to do. I don't know if there's too many influencers out there who are even doing accuracy testing. More distance testing. I've seen a lot of distance testing, which I always like pushing it. But
Yeah, yeah. That would be interesting to see how they stack up against other competitors.
yeah, like Blue Mag, Elite Force.
I know that me myself, I now have to be a little bit more mindful about it, especially running a DMR.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, bad BBs will make for a bad time. Like Sean bought, I'm not going to say the manufacturer, but Sean bought a batch of BBs, and all of a sudden, dude, his gun just completely crapped the bed, and it was it was a feeding issue. Yeah, it was bad. I scared him away.
Bam! All the colors in the rainbow, buddy. He's asking if I got my arm a light up armband. Yeah, I got like 4 or 5 of those things.
The light up armbands.
I played a lot of indoors and a lot of night games, so
Yeah. You've never played one like this, Chiefy.
oh, I'm sure I've never played one like the over there, for sure.
I don't want to sound arrogant by saying that, but like in a walk on environment that's not a Milsim event, it's kind of it is such a weird, in a good way, super weird, but super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's a question I was going to ask you actually. How are they keeping? Being it is a walk on event, and you have a lot of people. You'll have a lot of people that show up by themselves. You'll have a lot of beginners and whatnot showing up to ambush. How did it work out with them? Like wrangling people, and being that you are now playing in the dark, and you don't want like 2 unexperienced players that are just there because it's their 14th, 15th birthday, never been at the park before, and now all of a sudden they're like walking off into the unknown.
You just let them go. You just let them go. I mean, they then become skinwalker food. I've found pants out in the woods. Just, I guess it's the ones who just wandered away. I don't, dude. I honestly don't know. Like the entire field. Frank Dad, what's up? I see you in the chat. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, you know what? Hold the phone, Frankie. I got you something. That's if you want it. I don't know if you want this or not, but it's a recorder for PVS 14. So if you want this, it is all yours, bro. I have no need for it right now, and I think it would serve you well. So that is it's all for you. Now, yeah. So the night game, we just wear armbands, the light up armbands. That's it's a recorder for your PVS 14, your night vision. It clips on behind, and you can film through the night vision. It's really dope. So that is all for you. I've used it a little bit. I don't have a PVS 14 anymore. Yeah, man. Next walk on, we'll link up. That's, like I said, all yours. I don't want to sit on my shelf anymore. So try to make some space for some new stuff.
Yeah, because that's going to make a whole lot of space for like 18 more rifles you're getting.
Shut up.
Good job. I'm glad you're downsizing.
Hey, just doing my part. Now the wife said I do got to move some stuff out. I'm sure she's still hiding in the chat too. Got to keep moving some stuff to keep making room. Chat delayed a little bit. Yeah, so armbands on all the players lit up to your team, and then red. By the end of the night, we were switching out to red when you were dead. Just actually show a dead light because, uh, dude, we were playing it where the first like 2 games they weren't doing a dead light, and the players were just standing there, and they could be like 75 feet away, and you just see like lights, and it's pitch black, and you just see lights standing there. It's like, okay, stationary targets, bam, 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 and then all of a sudden it's like, um, you hear dudes screaming them out, and it's like, okay, so they ended up switching it over to a red dead light then. But keeping track of players, man, it, I don't know. Refs did a great job. That's all I have to say. The refs do a good job.
We don't put out a hit, so I'm supposing they did a wonderful job.
Yeah, yeah. So ambushes refs minus the chronograph issues, like getting people through the chronograph or having enough guys in the chronograph. That's literally my only gripe is the chronograph issue. And I get it. A lot of the players don't go to the chronograph when they first get there, and it's like chronograph time. So you've got all these stragglers, and the first game starts, you still have like 15, 20, 30 people sometimes that don't chronograph. So I get it. But where the heck were we going with that? Just went like full circle.
You were just touching, on how they were doing a good job at keeping everybody all together. They were able to get everybody off the field safely and all that stuff at the end of the night.
Yeah. So yeah, he said they got better with Chrono. The Is that our most recent the night game? The night game was a little lacking, I think, with chronograph. They had one ref down there. That's probably like 20 some people. I stood in line for a good bit. We missed the first game. Bam, you, me, and Sean and Derek. But anyways, yeah, Frank's just basically reiterating what we were just saying about the whole armband thing, and they got everything squared away. Yeah, they did a great job adapting. The refs did a great job. We flipped everything over, and everything worked. I mean, because like the playing at night is definitely a whole other animal, and like wrangling that herd of cats that is the walk on players. Because I mean, like there's so many. Like you've got Speedy Boys, Milsim guys, and then you've got your just walk on players. I mean, there's like 13-year-old kids out there and just like an Amazon plate carrier and an M4 with one mag, and they're just like, so it was literally it was all of that all mixed into one. You're like traipsing through the woods, can't really see anything. You hit your white light, and like there's one of them right there. You're like bam, 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 down. You keep going, hit another one. So it was funny. Like you just kept encountering different skill levels.
Oh, well, I'll give you a peek, but I can't show the whole thing there, Bam.
Do
But
it. Do it.
Look at the size of that optic, buddy.
If you go real fast, they won't get us. Fast. Do it fast.
So yeah, I can show you optics. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with looking at optics. So you got a little red dot up there, and it's a short dot. So, but it is 1 to 4 variable. So I could definitely see out as far as I need. Anything more than 1 to 4, honestly, on the DMR is a waste, even a sniper rifle, because like you said, we're not pushing out 600 yards. So yeah, you got that, Bam, and then I got something else here that's got a fancy red trigger on it. I can't show that because the stream will get shut down. Then I got something else sitting over there in the corner, and then I got that new 3.0 ARP. I can't show you nothing. We'll shut the damn stream down.
They're gonna get us. They're coming for us.
Yeah, they'll come. I can show you magazines all day. Yeah, look, if you want to see magazines, I can do that. But
Ooh.
other than that, I know sexy.
Right.
But yeah, I got a bunch of new toys I'll be bringing out there with me. Bam. Yeah, absolutely. And also, Bam, I know you're listening. That My DMR is the same Ronin T10 you looked at in the store, the one that had the lag on the trigger, and you didn't like it, and that's why you wound up going with the KWA. Well, that lag is completely gone now in mine. Like I can spam the hell of the trigger with that Titan in there.
Frank's asking if you're back in PA.
Am I back at PA? No, I'm not back in PA. I'm currently in Florida. I will be in Georgia by the end of next week. I'll be in Georgia, and then that'll put me within, hop, skip, jump, PA. And God, dude, I'm gonna wind up driving up there every weekend. I already know it. Because I did notice the calendar, like you have during this coming during the season now, you have more and more weekend games. It ain't just like once or twice a month the way it is during the wintertime. So
Yeah,
pretty
you'll
much
have three. It's like 3 games almost, I think.
so yeah, so pretty much most if not all the games of next month I'll be playing at PA. I'll be playing up there in Ambush. I'd rather just drive up there and spend my weekend there than hang out in Georgia and do nothing.
Warloff and I had talked. We want to get a content creator meet and greet kind of thing together at some point at Ambush too.
Yeah.
Yeah, just basically go to the designated trailer and just get a bunch of content creators. Frank, you're more than welcome to join us. You're a content creator, man. Like, I'd love to get everybody together and just kind of like talk. We can talk shop, play Airsoft together, hopefully all squad up and run together. I think it'd be really fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be a good idea. Yeah, get a couple of games in where we just run together, all the content creators. I mean, it just helps us all out. You're help pushing each other. I know all the content. I know you, Bam, Frank, Dad. You brother. All the content creators I know are all very positive for the sport, so I don't mind doing that. And like me and you had discussed before too, it doesn't hurt either for footage for our own content because now I'm playing with you, so you're running in the door making 4 or 5 kills. Well, guess what? I just got it on mine. Things that I did, you got on yours. We could all help each other out. Share the content around.
Yeah, and I might reach out, and I know.
Yes, Bam.
I think we're gonna reach. We're gonna reach out to some other guys too, and see if we can get like some other content creators to come out too. It would be really fun to go big or go home with it.
Yeah, we're trying to get a few people. OT's already acceptable to the idea.
Yeah.
He's a big he's a big fan of yours already. He wants to meet up with you. So
those are good guys too. I was gonna say Serpent's definitely one of them.
oh yeah, definitely Serpent.
Yeah, all those guys, we'll get them all together. Because I mean, like I said, content creators. We want content creators. Get everybody. 2-day games, 1-night game. Brienne's in the chat. Yeah, you want technical data? You can rely on Brienne. But yeah, but we'll definitely get those guys together because that would be a solid. It would be. I wonder if Denny would even allow that. Like, just that would be the best hit squad.
All these content creators,
all times.
Denny, I love you, buddy, but you can't stop it from happening. We'll just, you may not want it to happen, but you know what? We'll just all show up there to play. It's just a coincidence.
So much fun. Get on the deuce and a half, drive out there, get content, just a squad of content. It sounds so lame, but for me, it would be so fun. Like, to just run with all you guys. Like, that would be ridiculous. Like, I think it would be really cool. Everyone can go to everyone else's channels.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that would. I'm totally down for that. I think it'd be cool. So, yeah.
Heck yeah.
But all right, bud. I need to get some sleep. I was up till midnight last night doing that video. You were up too. You watched the video.
Yeah.
We had to.
I was almost asleep when you sent that video and woke me up. Thanks, buddy.
For the other channel, for my dad's channel, I had to film the video in the evening, edit, and upload that night. So it was like and I had to have it done before the end of May, so it was like right on that deadline, which I made it. I made it with like a few minutes to spare, and Werewolf watched it that night. So thank you for staying up late with me. You had no idea, but um, I'm beat. And I worked 9 hours, and then I'm here with all of you. So I need to reset my reset everything. My wife, hi babe, I haven't seen you in 48 hours. Um,
Absolutely, dude. Yeah, same here. I got to get rest, man. I got a long day tomorrow. I got a long weekend. Ugh.
yeah, you're a busy man. You really are. Yeah, but thank you so much for joining me. I'm really glad we got to talk, and I'm just glad that everyone
Thanks for
else
having me,
joined
bro.
in.
Thanks for
Absolutely.
having me.
I cannot wait to play. So I will hit you up in a bit. Let me know what your schedule looks like, and we'll coordinate with all the other content creators. Hopefully, make that happen this summer too. So, thanks everyone for joining. Werewolf, thank you so much. Be safe.
Bye bye, guys.
Get your work done. We'll see you, everybody. Yeah.